Hey guys, got another video for today, and today we're just going through settings. It's going to be like my final settings, quote unquote. Just talking about settings in this game, and there'll be a few comparisons for some settings in particular, for like what on looks like and what off looks like, and stuff like that. But first, we're just going to go into desktop and I'm going to set up the config. Now, you can run a config in this game that turns off anti-aliasing. I don't use it. The reason why, I don't like the visibility of it. It's a bit unstable. Every GPU I've had or PC, it's very unstable for me. It does crash my game a lot more than when I don't run it. And there are certain few areas on certain maps where if you run the anti-aliasing config, you get like black screen flickers and stuff like that. I'm not a fan. My eyes do not like that. That's a few reasons why I don't use the anti-aliasing settings in this game. Yeah, so this is a config I use. Window.Height. I use that because GeForce Experience. Sometimes I use that to record. Sometimes it records at 720p, so if you're having problems with that, you just put that your resolution into there. PerfOverlay, get the FPS, DisplayScale 2, GameTime.MaxVariableFps 300. If you want to unlock it, you can just set that to 0. That'll just fully unlock your FPS. But for me, 300 is fine. So that's my commands. I'll leave them in the description if you wanna copy them. Just copy this part here and then use it. Obviously, like I said, no anti-aliasing. So yeah, so if you want to do a config, all you have to do is click on your shortcut, open file location. Boom. Now we're in here, and let's go here, new text document. There we go. Yeah, I've got two here apparently. Okay, I can just use one. Okay, so you want to use that. Like, if you want to copy that, boom, in, boom, and then like that, bam, save. And this is what you do. You go save as, type user.cfg. You go down to here, all files, and then boom, save it, and it should. You know you've done it right when it looks like that. It's just like a blank page with user.config, and it's CFG file, config file. That's when you know you've done it right. Yeah, and that's it. Back into the settings. First of all, every settings video I've done, check the stats, see how we're performing. That's what I'm at. Reach level 500 since the last time. KD, if you go by that, 4.8. Over 2,000 hours. I can't remember what it was the last time I've done this video, so yeah, we're going to get straight into it. So controls. Yeah, invert off, like no one plays that. So at the minute I'm on 7%. In game 800 DPI, 1000 polling rate. Soldier ADS 100%. Soldier sprint toggle. Double tap to slide. Don't think there's anything else to say. Soldier leaning. I have that on toggle. I do have that set to Q and E for those that are interested. Gamepad. Yeah, I won't be going through controller settings. I might mention it, stuff like that. But for this video, I've sort of been and done that, and it's in a previous video, console video, if you're interested in that. Uniform aiming on, coefficient 133. Other popular sensors are 178 and 0. So that's, if you're curious and you want to sort of look into that, that's the most common settings. For me, I'm on 133. Same for the vehicle. Aim relative. Well, I don't really use vehicles. All 100% ADS zoom. Yeah. Controller. Oh yeah, controller settings. The mouse, raw mouse input. Have that on. controller settings. Boom, right, gameplay. Show HUD motion off. I'm not really a fan of that. It's like just slight little variation of motion. I'm not really a fan. Chat log when active. Chat. Kill log. Yeah, kill log filter. I set this to all, but I am a fan of where is it, nearby. I do like that, but like I said before, I like it on all because on PC, you know, you've got cheaters, so I like to see what's going on in the server and all that sort of stuff. Kill log weapon, I have that set to icon. The reason is because I think a symbol is quicker than reading text. Just a symbol is just quicker to identify. I think if you're sort of new to the game, icon and name maybe might good, or name, but yeah, I run icon. Score log weapon name. Awards, I turn awards off. Critical messages as well. Just you don't want stuff going off like when you're playing a game and stuff. You want like pure visibility. Overlay, NADAS site. 50%. That's the glow. So how bright it looks versus how dim it looks. 50%. I think that's the default color. I think. I do find it very hard to find a decent colour, but that's what I've gone with. I just like the default. I've experimented a lot with that. Yeah, just the default. It's perfectly fine for me. So hit indicators, visibility, you want that 100%. Headshots, you know, like headshot's quite important in this game. If you can get a headshot, you can do some serious damage on people. You get headshots. You want to know whether someone's got a headshot in this game. For me, you know, I like using like a bright yellow or a bright green, you know, something like that that really stands out. And I'm like, yeah, I got a headshot. You know, I can push them. You know, or anything like that. You want to know that you got a headshot in this game. Kill color, just black. That's what I like. I used to run pink. Pink's a good color for that. If you're curious, minimap settings. So I think a lot of people don't get their minimap set, so I think that's why sometimes in Battlefield people are just quite unaware. I think they don't have their minimap set up because you do use it a lot. You're always looking. I'm always looking at a minimap to see what's going on. This is my setting, so you got it. You're more than welcome to copy it. You know, get the map big, so you can see what's going on around you, where people are, where teammates are, etc. Icon opacity. I think I've changed this from the last one. My last time, I've dimmed them a lot down. The same as ADS icon. I think that's different from my last video. A lot of them I've just turned off, like objective. Like when you're ADS and you don't want to know where the objective is. Same as gadgets and danger pings and all that. It's really all you want is enemy. When you ADS, you only want to see your enemy soldier. Yeah, I think that's for advanced camera shake. You know, put it to 50%. Auto lean in. Yeah, I have that off. So I'm not really a fan of that. I turned it off in Battlefield 1 originally because it kept just leaning on like bushes and stuff. I got killed because of it, and I just turned it off and never looked back. I do like the soldier auto peek. You know, when you're sort of crouched behind something, you can quite abuse that and just like pop up and down, and you can abuse that. Character lighting. Yeah, I would turn that on, to be honest, because it's better for visibility. Aim assist settings, sorry. 80%, zoom snap off, get that off, turn it off. Your console player, turn it off. Reload hint, yeah. Yeah, network performance. You want the performance stats, it's like a little performance stats, sorry. Little bar at the bottom of the screen. It's very good. You can see your packet loss and your ping and all that sort of thing. It's pretty, you know, at the minute I'm getting a few internet problems, so at the minute I've got the graph on, the full graph that you can have on on your screen, but it only comes on when I have problems, so that's what I'm sort of diagnosing at the minute. But normally I would have it at hide settings. Yeah, so that's gameplay. Audio, I don't really think there's much you can really do in audio. Master volume 100%. Music, I turn the music off because I don't want just music blasting all the time. I use stereo headphones. That's the sound preset I use. I don't think there's like a best setting in this game, to be honest. And that's what I use. Audio and background. Nope. Voice, in-game announcer, VoIP. I don't use VoIP, so I never have it on. That's it. That's pretty short. Video settings. Now this is where I'm going to have a few. Comparisons to see exactly what it looks like between the differences of certain settings. So yeah, this might be a bit longer section of the video. Yeah, so full screen mode, you always want full screen, you know, get lower latency, you don't want to go borderless and all that sort of stuff. It's generic people, oh damn, I paid a lot of money for my monitor. Yeah, generic blah blah blah, that's just auto. Screen res, 1080p, that's what I'm playing at, 240Hz, you know, I'd set this to your native, your monitor's 1080p, set it to 1080p. Brightness, you know, obviously I tend to run a higher brightness. Obviously it depends on your monitor, all that sort of stuff, but you know, I do generally go a tiny bit higher in this game just for visibilities. Just for visibility, sorry. Say like maps like the snow maps, or like Hamada, where it's quite bright, I will take it down to like maybe like 50 or something, like 49, 50, but I tend to use quite a high. FOV. This is what I'm at in a minute. 79 vertical, horizontal FOV 95, whichever you want to go by. I know some games go by horizontal, but in this game it's 79, goes by vertical. I do have a little comparison here of FPS difference between running a low FOV versus high FOV. There is a slight FPS performance boost to running a higher FOV, so it's something you might consider. In this game, the visibility is quite poor, so you may want to go lower FOV than what I'm running, if that suits you. You know, I have ran as low as 64 FOV in this game, and still perform very well. So it's something you might want to consider, but at the same time, you know, you might want to get higher FOV. You know, you get that more peripheral vision. You get like a sort of perceived speed boost, which is not true. You know, everyone's running the same speed. Another thing with higher FOV is the recoil perception is a lot lower. So it does look like you're getting less recoil, but you're actually getting the same recoil. You know, I would say mine's just bang in the middle. It's not too high, it's not too low. I do well with it. It's just great for me. But yeah, you're more than welcome to try a slightly lower FOV or higher, or even max FOV. But yeah, 3D vehicle, it's exactly the same as my FOV. ADS field of view, so we've got another little comparison here. So when you have ADS field of view on, when you ADS, it's the same as your FOV, so there's no zoom to it. When you have it off, there is a zoom, and it's to the default field of view of 55. So if you're at max FOV, you know, it's gonna, when you ADS, it's gonna be 55 FOV, so the lowest FOV. So it's like a zoom. Don't use FOV because I've kind of feel it's quite jarring. Like the best way I can explain it is it's like blinking when you ADS and you lose information, and then you have to like readjust information. I think it's just a transition of ADS, and I think this is better in my opinion. But you know, you can. It's all preference, really, to be honest. Yeah, motion blur 0%. You know, if you're running the no anti-aliasing, which I don't run, like mentioned previously, yeah, you'd put that on 1. But ADS depth of field effects. So this is another little comparison. Yeah, so custom colors, Tritonopia. I quite like this one. It's got for the enemy, it's got a bright red, deep red. Great, I can see it. That's great. All these filters and stuff, I recommend putting them to off. Reason why is, you know, it just helps with visibility, and I think there's a slight FPS gain as well to it. But you know, again, you know, there's another little comparison of with them all off versus all on. Advanced. Okay, so DX. I use DX11 in this game. I get more FPS, which is all I'm interested in. If you want to use RTX in Story Player and all that sort of stuff, you know, you have to have this on to use ray tracing and stuff like that. But I wouldn't recommend that for online multiplayer and stuff like that. I would say just stick it on DX11. You'll be fine. More FPS, but obviously, you know, if you want to test it, see DX12 on or off, you know, that's up to you. My dynamic range off, resolution scale, I use 100%, so that's 1080p. I would recommend, you know, maybe 5% here and there, you know, get a few more FPS maybe, but I wouldn't sort of mess with that too much. Frame rate limiter is when set to 240. I don't hit 240 consistently enough, so it's kind of like a unlocked FPS. But future frame rendering, so I have this on because you get more FPS. It's simple as that. It says, you know, you get more if you set to on, you get more input lag or an increase in input lag. But here's the thing, you know, when you turn it on, you get more FPS, so it kind of negates that input lag. The FPS gain is huge when you have this on. For my PC setup, for your PC it might be different. I do have a little comparison here that I'll show you of versus on versus off again. VSync off, G-Sync off, turn it all off. All the syncs, turn it off. UA upscaling, just on auto. GPU memory restriction, I have this set to off. You know, you're more than welcome to do your testing, but for me, I think off is better. HUD scaling 50%. Yeah, so here's the settings. Basically everything on low. Everything on low. The reason why, just to get more FPS. It's all about FPS and online multiplayer shooters. Give your GPU the best. Yeah, this is a tough game to run. It's very hard on the CPU and RAM, GPU. You know, just make it easier. Make it easier for yourself. You know, get that higher FPS. Yeah. I think that's nearly it. So keybinds. I mean, I don't really have anything unique in my keybinds. A lot of it's just probably the same. I don't think I've changed anything. Space. Is there anything worth mentioning? Don't think so. Don't think so. You're more than welcome to copy, but there's nothing unique in here, I would say. Vehicle transport by I don't really use vehicles, so I mean that's just the soldier settings. Oh, I do have all the console settings there as well, so yeah. That's pretty much it. That's my final endgame settings. So I probably won't make another Battlefield 5 settings video. This is going to be the last one. Yeah, so thank you for watching. I hope it's helped you out. And yeah, I'll see you boys in the next one.